Welcome to a new episode of your Kentuckiana Home. On this week's episode, you'll learn what repulses people from your home.
Welcome to your Kentuckiana Home. Join us as we take an in-depth and entertaining look at the local housing market.
Hi, I'm with Amy Wagner, who is an award-winning Homerama and Bellarmine Showcase designer. Thanks for joining us, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we're here today in a house that you staged.
Yes, we are at 4458 South 6th Street at an amazing home that offers 5 bedrooms, 2 baths. It is a beautiful flip home that's move-in ready.
Amy, why should someone consider staging their home?
Well, you really want the buyer to be able to see how the furniture will fit in particular rooms. If the house is vacant, they can see the architectural features, but they may not really understand how their furniture is going to fit in a space. For example, this home in particular has kind of a galley living room. So while they see all the beautiful architectural features, they may be thrown off and not have that true image of where and how their furniture is going to fit in the space. Not to only mention that it's kind of an empty, cold shell without warm furniture and that warm, cozy feel in the space. And when we bring our furniture in, which is really high-class pieces, you know, we have really nice furniture in inventory, which is our own furniture in inventory that we have collected and release on a month-to-month basis. So we offer that plan with our furniture, and then they're able to really visualize and see, oh wow, this is how it would work. And then they also emotionally feel an attachment to the space, and it feels warm and cozy, and they feel themselves living in this house.
And so everything that you do when you stage is a neutral palette.
Yes, it's neutral with pops of color here and there because we don't want it to be too sterile. And that's one mistake that some people make when they try to do their own staging is that it becomes a little bit too sterile. There's one thing to declutter, but there's another thing to make it too stale. So we do a lot of neutral colors, but as you see here, we have pops of color here and there that give it some life, and that's what you need also.
And so how do you know specifically what's going to turn someone off and what will not?
Well, that's fortunately one of my certifications. I have 2 certifications in staging, and one of them is expert psychological staging, which taught me what the emotional triggers are to turn them away or pull them into a house. And one of those triggers to push them away would be personal photos, as well as, let's say, a coffee cup sitting on a counter, or your shaver in the shower, or your jewelry laying out. Those are all personal items that when a buyer comes into a house and they see your personal things in the house, they feel like they are invading your space, someone else's space. And we want the buyer to feel like this is their home. We want them to have an emotional attachment to that house and want to sit down and sign a contract. So we want to take those emotional triggers away. We want to neutralize the space so that it is an emotional trigger to pull them into the house. And we have other things that we do. Just the way you turn a chair brings an emotional pull into a house.
If they have the house for sale and they want to try to do it on their own before hiring you, what are the things that they should consider?
Yes, they could at least go ahead and put away all their personal photos. That's an easy thing. Go ahead and buy containers and bins to have ready to, let's say when they're going to show the house, pull all of their personal things out of their showers and bathtubs and have an empty spot underneath their bath counters to tuck those things away when it's time to show a house or take their photos for their, online listings. The other thing that I always like to recommend is their personal papers and medications and that kind of thing, to have a duffel bag or a cooler or something in a closet that is empty and available to pull all of their papers and bills and that kind of thing off of a desk or workspace and just be able to tuck that away in a closet so that it's safe and secure, and then when they come back home, they can live again. You know, when you're listing a house, you still have to be able to live.
Yes.
But realistically, you need it to be clear and free for showings and listings. You don't want people to know where you go to the doctor or what your American Express bill is, and that's just a little tip.
I'm with Betty Irvin with Mies Tile and Marble. Betty, how long have you been a designer here?
18 years tomorrow.
So that says a lot about Mies Tile and Marble that you've been here so long.
Yes, it's a family business, and there's a lot to be said about family businesses.
Well, so being here so long as a designer, you've seen a lot of things come and go. What's popular this year?
One thing that's really popular are the wood looks porcelains. They look exactly like wood, but they perform better than wood. You don't have to worry about water. You don't have to worry about large dogs and their claws, which seem to scratch the wood, and they'll never fade.
And one of the other popular items that you were telling me about is the ceramic.
Yes, this arabesque design here is very popular. It's showing up in natural stone. It's showing up in ceramic. It seems to be what everybody's asking for.
And so what would you pair this with?
We could pair this with any of our granites. This could also be used as a border or an accent. It doesn't have to be the entire wall. And also, this is a multiple color thing, so you would normally just use one of these colors or two of these colors.
What type of, you offer many different types of granite in it.
Yes, we do. We offer granite, marble, and quartz. One advantage that we have, if it is a stock item, you only pay for what you take home. You're not buying the large slabs like you do at most places.
What else do you have for us here?
Well, the whites are always going to be popular, the subways, the bevels, and just putting a little accent strip in them can just make an amazing difference. We also have some, this is silver travertine and the ledger stones. These stacked stones with the rough edge are extremely popular.
Thank you so much for your time today, Betty. We really appreciate it. If you're interested in getting some stone or some tile for your bathroom or kitchen, be sure to give Mies Tile and Marble a call with the contact information on your screen. So what are some of your success stories with the clients that you're really proud of?
Oh my gosh, which one do I start with? Well, we had one in Indian Hills, and we called it our tree house. It was a very unique house. It had been on the market for 5 months or more with another realtor. She took it off the market, put it with another realtor who called us to stage it. It was a vacant home. So we staged the house, and we had the open house, and we were there, and I want you to know we had a bidding war on that house.
Wow.
It sold the first, within the first 24 hours we had contracts. So that's definitely a success story. And another just dear to my heart gentleman, 95 years old. He had lost his wife.
Aww.
He was ready to downsize, move out of his house. So it had also been on the market beforehand. He had a contract, for financing reasons it had fallen through. So we came in and brought our contractors, our painters. We did some updates to the house. We staged it for him using his furniture and some of our accessories. And he also had a bidding war, got more than his asking price. And so those are just some of the few success stories that just are so rewarding to see that not only are we staging and we're designing, we're helping.
Well, if someone's interested in hiring you, how do they get in touch with you?
One of the best ways is to call us directly, or they can go to our website, which is amywagnerdesigns.com. They could follow us on Facebook, which they could really see a lot of our projects on Facebook. That's a great way to actually see our work.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And if you're interested in having Amy or one of her staff stage your home, give her a call. Terry, we're looking forward to your do-it-yourself tips this week.
Hello, this is Terry, Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse. We're going to show you this week how to rescreen a screen. Whether it be the kids going out the back door or just time and age, mine just faded from being a really nice black fiberglass that I could see out of to the sun just turning it to charcoal. This one here is a small one off of one of our displays. I went by this morning and noticed somebody had pushed it through. So what we want to do is show you how you can get your screens rescreened and they look like a brand new window. So all you have to do really is you can take the old screen out, and a lot of times your spline, that's this little black roll that holds the screen in, that's going to come out, and you just work it all the way around. Once you get it out, this is going to be basically no good. You may try, sometimes you can be successful about getting it back in, but you're basically going to have to cut a new piece of screen. You have several different types of screening that you can go with. This is an aluminum, all aluminum screen. Old time, that used to be all there was aluminum screen. I guess the nice way of putting it, it's kind of pet proof. Pets aren't going to tear it up. The fiberglass screen, which allows you to see outside a little more clear. And they have another product that they've come out with recently. It is called pet screening, and the difference in it is it's going to be a whole lot thicker nylon, and if you got a dog or a cat that raises up on your screen door, they're not going to tear this as easy as they will the regular fiberglass. So we're going to get to getting your window screened, show you how to do it. Real simple, just opening up your child-proof screen package. And what I like to do is lay it all the way over. If you cover the entire screen, and don't try to cut it to fit yet until you get your spline in. That's what we want to do. Screen spline comes in a package like this, usually about 25 foot. We'll get it open. Same thing with it, you just take the end of it to start with. Comes in different sizes. Different sizes are going to fit different slides. As long as you're close, it'll hold. This is a dandy, cheap little tool that'll put the spline straight in where you need it. So you just kind of line it up, start your screening right there, get it pushed in. This has a grooved in on it, and you just take that groove and you just push the spline in place and just work it all the way around your screen as you're going. One thing you don't want to do, don't lay your spline out and measure, because as you're pushing it in, it's going to stretch the spline out. You don't want to do the same thing with your screen, because once what was like this, if you can see, it's very tight now. Then you just take your blade and you go right around the edge and trim your screen. And there you got your screen, just like brand new.
With Integrity Group Realtors. I'm here with the owner of this lovely home, who is also a local appraiser, Phil Bohr. Thanks, Phil, for letting me list your home. Welcome to my latest listing at 9715 Broad Run Road, priced at $675,000. This wonderful walkout Cape Cod is nestled on 9.9 beautiful private acres. It features a 63 by 40 barn, private flowered gardens, a gazebo. The interior features a gourmet kitchen which overlooks the grounds, a master suite with his and hers both walk-in closets. It also features the finished lower level with a workout room, office, and a huge family room. For more information on this property, give me a call today.
Hi, I'm Belinda Johnson with Integrity Group Realtors. I'd like to talk to last-time home buyers. You find yourselves with very specific special needs. Maybe the loss of a spouse, medical issues, or even the kids are just grown and gone and you're needing to downsize. My passion is because I've witnessed firsthand the overwhelming decisions that you are faced with. You maybe have a lifetime investment that you need to sell, and now you're looking for less square footage, handicap accessible options. Call me. I can help facilitate these needs with attorneys, lenders, even handymen if you just have a special maintenance need for that home before you sell it. Call me. I specialize in real estate and I specialize in your best interest.
I'm Kathy Small with Caliber Home Loans. If you're thinking of building a home this year, we offer rate protection with our extended rate lock for 6 months on new construction. We also offer a float down option. So what that means to you is you know what your rate's going to be when your house is complete, you know what your payment's going to be, and if the rates have improved, you get a lower rate. We offer this on our conventional, government, and our jumbo loan programs. If you have any questions, call me at 291-6697.
Amy, this model in Arlington Meadows is absolutely stunning.
Yes, it's actually one of my favorites. This is the Arlington 2 Expanded, which is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home with nearly 3,000 square feet.
The flooring, and you guys have granite countertops, and
Yes.
tell us some of the upscale amenities that you offer in the homes here.
Well, pretty much anything that a customer is looking for, we can add to their home. A lot of our model homes will feature hardwood floors, granite countertops, all stone fireplaces. This particular floor plan has 9-foot ceilings. The iron staircases going up to the second floor, fully tiled master bath and shower. Lots of amenities that you're looking for in your new home.
And speaking of the second floor, in this particular model, all the bedrooms are upstairs. So if you're a little bit messy like I am, everything's upstairs and you don't have to worry about things spilling out into different rooms.
That's right. Even the laundry room is upstairs. So we can contain all of the bedrooms upstairs, keep the laundry on the second floor. Another thing that I think is great is that it has a loft area. So if you have little ones that need a playroom, or maybe you have teenagers that need their own hangout space, in addition to the 4 bedrooms, there's this great loft area, which is like having your own living room upstairs.
It is, it really is. And for those people that don't really like the multi-level living and want more of a ranch style, you guys have a beautiful floor plan called the Manhattan Expanded that we're going to see shortly.
That's right. The Manhattan Expanded is a little over 2,000 square feet, which features 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. One of the great things about that floor plan is the open airiness of the entertaining areas. Your dining room, your great room, and your kitchen are all open to each other, so it's great for entertaining.
And so if you don't want a ranch and maybe you want something a little bit different than what the Arlington Expanded is, what are the other floor plans that you offer?
Oh my goodness, there are so many to mention. That's one of the great things about Ball Homes. Clients can go on our website at ballhomes.com and look at all of the different floor plans. I would say that there's about 40.
Wow, yeah. 40. And what is the main, what varies with these floor plans?
Well, first of all, it's going to be the overall square footage. You know, are you looking for something small? Maybe someone's downsizing, or it's going to be a first-time home buyer that doesn't have as much space needs. Or you go all the way up to this 4,000 square foot home that has 5 bedrooms. Maybe it's going to be multi-use.
But the family moving in here can have a big 4th of July party, and they can still talk to all of their family and friends, and they can see everyone outside on the deck. I mean, it just has it all.
It really does. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, a little over 2,000 square feet. I just love it.
So this particular one is a ranch, and so all the bedrooms are on the first floor, and then you have this gorgeous basement downstairs.
That's right. When you do a ranch home, the footprint of the house is larger, which means you get a larger basement. And when you're doing a walkout, then you end up with additional living space if you finish your basement. But you don't necessarily have to do that. Ball Homes will build homes on a slab, or they'll do an in-ground basement or a walkout basement.
Now in this home, which is a spec, once again, I just want to tell you guys that you're not going to be able to see this. We have blue tape everywhere. So what does that mean?
Well, before a client closes on their home with Ball, they have a new home orientation. And that's where Ball Homes wants to bring the clients in and say, help us if there's anything that you see that needs to be corrected. It also gives them the opportunity to learn how to set their thermostat, where the water shutoff is, where the electrical panels are. And so the blue tape that you see is where the client comes through with a fine-tooth comb and just makes a little note for the painters to come back and touch up.
And what if they see something after they move in, they've been settled for a while?
No reason to worry at all. Ball. Ball homes will come back after 30 days, so we recommend that you keep a little note, maybe it's on the refrigerator, of little imperfections that you see. Living in the home, you're going to see things that a contractor wouldn't see that's here for a few minutes each day. And then up to 3 years later, Ball homes will come back once and do the same thing.
And one of the great things that you guys offer here at Ball Homes in the Arlington Meadows neighborhood is you have a lot of different prices available.
That's exactly right. Someone can build on the Shelbyville Road corridor and have all the conveniences of being right here close to the Hollow or the new Beckley Woods Park in the low 200s. Now, you can certainly put a lot of upgrades and build a bigger home for more than that, but I don't know where you can get a better value for your money.
And if they like Ball Homes and they want Ball Homes, but for some reason they want more amenities, what are some of the other neighborhoods that you offer?
Well, just nearby we have Flat Rock Ridge, which is off of Flat Rock Road, and then just about 1.5 miles down Shelbyville Road, closer to Shelbyville, is Notting Hill. And then in the southern Jefferson County areas, off of Bardstown Road at Thixton Lane, is Primrose Meadows. And Cooper Farms is just off of Preston Highway and Mount Washington Road.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Amy, and showing us the Manhattan
I'm glad
and
to
Arlington Meadows. And if you're interested in meeting Amy or one of the other Berkshire Hathaway Ball Home specialists, then come to the model this weekend and see this beautiful home for yourself.